Hello, I'm Crackshot. Welcome to another episode of Shot Chronicles. Today's episode, selecting an adequate defensive caliber. We've all been in a situation where we've been in a car and our dad's driving, the mom's is next to him, kids are in the back seat, everybody's having a good old time, the kids in the back pushing and shoving and smacking each other. Dad is looking back there yelling at him saying, "Don't make me turn this car around." And you hear blam, the car starts shaking real bad. You pull over, you get out, you check it out, you figure out, wow, I got a flat tire. What's the first thing that's going to happen? Your wife comes around and starts nagging you because you didn't take your car to Firestone to have them fix them tires when she told you to. Now you have a blowout and you're getting all the grief you can stomach. So, what do? The only thing you can do, get out and change the flat. So while you're out there trying to figure out how to use the lug iron or the tire iron or the lug wrench or whatever it is they call that thing, they got the thing, you stick it in the thing, you spin around the thing to take the wheel off, right? You find out, hey, there's a guy coming to help me. Look at that pickup truck, he just pulled right behind me. You're like, whoo, he looks like he's mechanically inclined. He can change his flat tire for me, give him a few bucks, everybody's happy. He walks up to you, and what does he say? He pulls out a knife like this and says, "Give me your money." And you're wondering, if I had money, would I be changing my flat? I would be calling AAA. But the fool wants your money. With a knife like this, you're thinking, wow, I'm in a heap of trouble. You're intimidated because this is a hunting knife, and it's long enough to reach your vital organs. So you probably want to think about running, but you can't because you got your wife and kids in there. Even though right now you're not happy with them and you're willing to trade them for a different family, the right thing to do is to sit there and defend them. So, like granddaddy told you when you were a little boy, a man has a knife because you never know when you're going to need a pocket knife. So here's your pocket knife. Question. Why would you attempt to defend yourself with a pocket knife like this when somebody's attacking you with a knife like this? It just doesn't make any sense. You're giving him the tactical advantage. I'm sure every single one of you don't want to be in that position, and if he's coming at you with a knife like this one, you probably wish you had a knife like this one. But as fate would have it, you're a law-abiding citizen and you don't carry butcher knives or hunting knives. You carry a pocket knife. You are underarmed. You do not have enough weaponry to defend yourself adequately against the bad guy who's got a bigger knife than you do. So what do? You give him your wallet and go about your business fixing your flat tire. Now, the same thing happens with firearms. People supposedly in the know are constantly telling other people who are less in their know it is perfectly acceptable to defend yourself with a .22 long rifle. Well, it's perfectly acceptable to defend yourself with this pocket knife, but when somebody's pulling out this hunting knife and you're armed with this pocket knife, it doesn't seem like a fair fight. So if you won't defend yourself with a pocket knife like this, what makes you think it's okay to defend yourself with a .22 caliber? Now, I'm not going to sit there and tell you you cannot defend yourself with a .22 caliber. There are plenty of people in the grave who were bad guys and did something stupid by attacking somebody who had a .22 and they got put down because a .22 can kill a person. But the .22 long rifle was never designed to kill a person. It is primarily a small caliber designed for small animals. So if you're being attacked by a ninja trained sword bearing squirrel, raccoon, or chipmunk, and yeah, the .22 long rifle pistol in a small caliber or small size that's concealable would be perfect to defend yourself. But if you're going up against a 200-pound man trying to stop him with a .22, it just makes about the same amount of sense as defending yourself with a pocket knife when you're being attacked by somebody with a hunting knife. Same exact scenario, and this time you're smart enough to know I'm going to have a gun on me. Now, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of firearms instructors that will profess that you can use a 22 long rifle for personal protection. So let's analyze that. 22 long rifle can kill a bad guy. There's plenty of people in the grave today that are dead because they were shot by a 22 long rifle. So let's take a look at this. Is it a really good defensive round? Well, this is your 22 long rifle. Look at how itty bitty that thing is. Let me get a ruler just so you could see. Just in case you've never seen a 22 long rifle in your life. Look at that little bullet. Look at how small. Look at the inches on it. The whole bullet is an inch tall. And that's not the part that's going to go into the bad guy's body when you shoot him with it. You're going to shoot him with this itty bitty little pebble. That's the bullet coming out of that 22 long rifle. Let me see if I can put it in my hand this way so you could see it without dropping it off camera. You could barely see this little pebble. This itty bitty, teeny tiny little thing is what you're relying on to stop a 200-pound bad guy armed with that knife that I showed you earlier. Now, and it's coming out of a gun that's chambered in this. Will it kill him? Yeah, sure it will. When he bleeds out, 25, 35 minutes later, unless you hit him in the brain or in the central spinal column where you can shut him down. But, you know, unless you're related with DNA from Annie Oakley or you're some kind of Johnny Rambo, Ricky Recon all put together with a little bit of the Terminator all inside of you, odds are you're not going to have precision shooting to be able to do this under the stress and knowing your family is right there next to you. So you need something that's going to hit them and make them go, ow, really badly. 22 long rifle can do that for you. But why would you want to go into battle with something this tiny? So a lot of people say, well, fine, step it up. Go to a 22 Magnum. It is, after all, substantially longer than the 22 long rifle, so it has more powder. And more powder means more power. And more power means you're going to stop him a lot more efficiently. I am not going to say it won't kill the bad guy before he stabs you to death. I'm just saying, do you want to take your chances with that? Now, I understand. If you're really elderly, you have arthritis real bad, you have carpal tunnel syndrome, you're missing some digits on your hands, you can't carry a bigger gun to protect yourself, that's all you got to work with. Heck, it's better than a sharp stick. Maybe, unless you're going after vampires. But if you're an able body, you could suck it up, Buttercup, and get yourself something that's a little bit more powerful than a 22. What if the guy attacking you is attacking you with something like this instead of a knife? Now, this is a 9mm. Now, they make these Jennings in 9mm 22s and 380s. 380 is a formidable round compared to a 22 Magnum or 22 long rifle. So I ask you, if you're going into battle with a criminal that has a gun chambered in 380, why would you willingly go into battle with a 22 long rifle when there are so many other choices for you to choose from? Why? Because there are people out there who tell you a 22 Magnum is great for self-defense. Yeah, if you're defending yourself against rabbits or if you're defending yourself against prairie dogs, perfect for that. But if you're defending yourself against a 200-pound man that's hell-bent and glory-bound to take you out so he can take the $25 you got in your wallet, I'm not willing to risk my life. You should reevaluate that. So I have a couple of guns here that I think would be a little bit more suitable. By choosing any one of these other guns, this one here is chambered in 380. This is a Jennings 9. This is actually this is actually a 9mm, not a 380. They do make them in 380s. They also make these Jennings in 22s. This is not a great gun to use for personal protection. It is adequate, but it does fire a 9mm round, which will make it much more effective than a 22 long rifle. If you don't want to go with a semi-automatic like this one, you have other choices. You can choose something like this Springfield Army XD 45. Fires a 45 caliber round. Now this gun here, as you can see, it's much more powerful than a 22 long rifle as well. You could go with something here. This fires 38 specials. It can shoot 357 magnums. This here is the Ruger SP-101, one of the best defensive guns on the planet. This is a 5-shot revolver. If you can't stop a guy that's trying to take you out with 5 shots, you're probably doing it wrong. You need more training. Here is the Taurus Tracker. This was in 44 Magnum. It fires either 44 Magnum or 44 Special. Now, either one of those are also much more powerful than a 22. Now, I'm not saying you should load these guns with 44 Magnums, or that you should load this one with 357 Magnums. If you can't stand the recoil of these two guns, because they are not pleasant to shoot, you can tame it down by using 44 Specials in this one, or 38 Specials in that one. And either one will be more than adequate to save your life. You could also go with a 45. You could also go with a 40 caliber. You can go with a 380 or 9mm. Any one of those will recoil substantially less than the 44 Magnum or 357 and still give you superbly more firepower shot per shot than any 22, whether it's a 22 long rifle, a 22 Magnum, a 22 Mini Mag, I don't care. If it's a 22, will it kill the bad guy? Of course it will. Will it kill him before he plunges this big knife into your chest? Maybe, maybe not. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that if you shoot him with these, he's still not going to stab you with this. But it doesn't take a coroner or ballistician to realize that a gun and a round this big is going to be more efficient at stopping a man than a gun chambered in this big. Just like the example I gave you, that you wouldn't want to willingly fight a guy armed with this while you're armed with that. There's just no logic to it. Can you defend yourself with this? Yes, you can. Should you attempt to defend yourself with this from somebody carrying this? I don't think you should. And you shouldn't either. So my question is, if you won't pick this knife to go into battle against a man armed with this knife, why would you pick this bullet to go into battle with a man armed with this bullet? Now that's just my 2 cents worth. I can't tell you how much value you should put on your life or the life of your family members. I'm not going to tell you that you cannot defend yourself effectively with a 22 long rifle, because there are many people who have. I'm not going to tell you that using a 22 long rifle without even the need to pull the trigger is going to stop that guy from attacking you, because it has happened many times. What I am going to tell you is, if a man is determined to stick you with this, then you should have equal or greater than determination of stopping him. And facing a man with this, with a bullet, with a gun that fires bullets this small, that's not even close to an even fight. You are on the losing end. The odds are against you. You're giving him a tactical advantage. Why would you give the bad guy an advantage over you? Again, please don't tell me I could defend myself with a 22. I know you can defend yourself with this 22. I know you could stop somebody with this 22. But why would you choose a 22 when you can choose something like a 9mm that will get the job done just as actually more effectively, with more rounds more than likely? Just my 2 cents worth. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. Also, please comment and share this video with others. Thank you once again for watching Shot Chronicles. I really appreciate you watching it and all your comments. Have a great day.